In today's video we are making this indulgent chocolate fudge cake, and trust me, this one is not for the faint-hearted. Begin by preheating the oven to 160 degrees Celsius fan and greasing and lining 2 cake tins with parchment paper. Now you can do traditional round tins or you can do something a little bit different. Today I'm using 2 loaf tins. For the cake batter, place all of the dry ingredients into a mixing bowl. So that is 300 grams of caster sugar, 150 grams of light brown sugar, 300 grams of plain flour, sifted, 100 grams of dark chocolate powder, also sifted, 12 grams of bicarbonate of soda, 6 grams of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of fine sea salt. Whisk those ingredients together until they are all incorporated and make a well in the center. Then crack in 5 eggs, 250 ml of buttermilk, 200 ml of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract. Now beat all of the ingredients together until they're well combined and the mixture is smooth. Share the mixture equally between the 2 cake tins and then bake in the preheated oven for 30 minutes or until a skewer comes out clean. Take the cakes from the oven and leave them to cool in the tins for 10 minutes before taking them out of the tins to cool completely. To make the chocolate fudge frosting, place a saucepan a quarter full with water over high heat and bring to a simmer. Turn the heat down to low and place a heat-proof bowl on top. Then break in 200 grams of dark chocolate that is at least 70% cocoa solids and heat until the chocolate is completely melted. Take off the heat and leave to cool. Next, sift together 500 grams of icing sugar and 50 grams of cocoa powder into a mixing bowl and place 300 grams of soft butter into a separate mixing bowl. This can be of a stand mixer or you can use an electric hand whisk to do this. And then using the beater attachment, beat the butter until it's light and fluffy. Then add half of the icing sugar mixture into the butter, and then I recommend mixing it in by hand or you'll have a little accident like I did where the icing sugar flies out and goes everywhere. So don't just turn the mixer on. Mix it by hand a little bit until it's incorporated using a wooden spoon, and then switch to the mixer and then beat it until it's smooth. Then add in the rest of the ice and sugar mixture and again beat that by hand before placing it onto the mixer to carry on beating it until it's smooth. While you've got it mixing nice and slow, gradually pour in the cooled melted chocolate and then gradually add 100 milliliters of milk and finally 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Mix until everything is combined and you've got a nice smooth mixture. Next, take a look at your 2 cakes and select which one you want to be on the top. And keep that one whole and place it to one side. With the other cake, level off the top and discard the bit that you've cut away. By discard, I mean keep it to eat later. And then cut 3 layers from each cake. Next, you need to gradually layer up the cake. So start with the bottom layer and spread on some of the chocolate fudge frosting. Smooth it out so it goes right to the edges. It doesn't really need to be very thick, so just use it quite sparingly. And then repeat for all 6 layers. Finally, use the remaining frosting and cover the whole cake. Just spread it nice and smooth on the sides and then just keep it nice and rustic on top. You can do whatever you want here. You can use a piping bag if you want to get fancy, but I like to just get it on there and then just rough it up a little bit using a palette knife. And then if you've got any leftover chocolate, crush it up or use a peeler like I am just to create little flakes and sprinkle them on top. And then all that's left to do is slice into it and enjoy. So there you have it, chocolate fudge cake. That's how to make an absolute monster of a chocolate fudge cake that you can use for any occasion, including birthdays, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, and just whenever you fancy a bit of chocolate. To be honest, I don't know who's going to eat all of this one, but I'm going to give it a good go. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.